to have a hot dog, get diarrhea, drink $11 Budweiser. That's what I'm there to do.
Yeah, hot dogs are the move. I mean, that's a baseball type and popcorn, right?
Yes, popcorn, Cracker Jacks.
Baseball foods.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got bored with it. I played baseball when I was a kid, and that's actually how I found martial arts. How I really got into martial arts was I went to see a baseball game at Fenway Park. I went to see a Sox game. And me and my buddy were coming home, and I was 14 at the time. We were walking, and we had to get on the T. And the T is the Boston train system.
Yeah.
And the lines were so huge. We were walking. We're like,
it's like New York subway.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
now I understand.
Yeah. It's not as, obviously not as extensive, and it's outside. It's not underground. So we got to this. We're walking towards the train station, and I found this Taekwondo school. And I walked up, and it was the craziest divine timing of all. I walked up the stairs, and as I was walking up the stairs to this Taekwondo school, I heard this crazy sound like whoomp, ka-chink, whoomp, ka-chink, like a metal, like a thud, and then metal. And I didn't know what the fuck that was. It sounded like chains and metal. I was like, what is this? And I went up there, and there's this guy, John Lee. And John Lee was the national champion. He was preparing for the World Cup, and he was in his peak training. And he was kicking this bag with a spinning back kick. And he was literally folding this bag in half, and then it was hanging from a chain. So he'd hear the whoop when his heel slammed into the bag, and then would ka-chink, like the bag would slam, go flying, and the chains would rattle. And I remember being a 14-year-old kid standing there staring at this guy just smashing this bag. And I remember thinking, like, I want to learn how to do that. And I signed up that day.
Wow.
And that became my whole life.
Right.
Like, from that moment on, I was there every day until I was, like, 22.
Right.
Like, literally became my whole life.
Right.
From that one moment, just going up there and seeing this guy. But, I could have gone up there and the little kids practicing, and it would have been like, get the fuck out of here. But what I saw was so insanely impressive that I immediately signed up.
Do you think this is sort of like a free will versus like destiny question? Do you think like that's because you had something in you that connected to? Like if I walk by there, I'd be like, what's that noise? And then I'm like, all right, let me go get a burger or whatever. Like, do you think it's because like it was like meant to happen? Like there's something in you that...
That's a tricky one to buy into. You could say like, that's my destiny. But it just appealed to me. I mean, I'd seen a lot of other things that didn't appeal to me, right? Like I was just at a baseball game where I saw the best baseball players in the world,
right?
Professionals,
right?
Play. I didn't give a fuck.
Right.
I was like, yeah,
but
that's
why?
great.
That's my question. Like, do you think that's just like it's in you? Like that's like your genetic kind of you're predisposed to it? I guess they would say like fighting.
Man. It clicked it hit all my switches, pushed all my buttons.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what I need to do.
Right. Well, you had a talent for it because you got good at it, like a champ.
I didn't have a talent in the beginning. I mean, I got good because I was obsessed, but
right.
Whatever it was, like you just got to find your thing. For me at the time, that was my thing. I just found my thing. And then stand-up was my thing when I found that, too.
Very similar to fighting, too. You're up there alone, like all the jargon is like kill, smack, punchline, like
crush.
Yeah, crush.
Yeah, kill and
guy's
crush.
A killer, yeah.
In a way. But also in a way that, it requires you to spend time on your own, disciplining yourself. And one of the things that separates comics from comics that don't do well is the time they spend writing. And some comics, they get great, but they don't write. And some comics have an interesting way of writing. Like Bill Burr, I think, is the most fascinating way of writing, because what Bill is basically doing is 2 days a week, he does a solo podcast, like just uninterrupted stream of consciousness. And out of that has come some of the best comedy we've ever experienced.
Right.
Because he just sits by himself and talks shit. Right. Like I was listening to him talk shit about the Apple Store today. Yeah. And these fucking cunts in this fucking Apple Store. I just went down there. I wanted a fucking iPad. And and he's got no one interrupting him. So it's just him in his office by himself with a microphone and just thinking and talking. And it's a workout. It's a type of workout.